Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. There is so much going on. Usually Mondays are nice and quiet, nice and easy. I get to walk in the door and, walk in my office door and just chill out a little bit and look at things. But no, there's news. First bit of news I had to look at. Nigeria. After all this hoopla, it comes down to tax evasion. So instead of charges that relate to laundering money, about $26 billion worth, it comes down to tax evasion. I don't know what's going on there, but it sounds kind of sketch to me. So there's also an escapee involved. So they're holding the two executives and there's an escapee involved. Okay, so a company is being charged with tax evasion, so you're holding two people in jail. And it's kind of like, but it's a company. Why are you holding those two people? So I really want to understand that, but really, I don't think it's going to have an impact on Binance's business. Now that the charges are actually there, I think everything will be all right. Well, we'll traverse through the court systems and be just fine and not have an impact on my money. That's the whole point, right? Then the UK wants access to Bitcoin spot ETFs. The executives there are clamoring for it, or industry leaders there are clamoring for it. And that's actually huge. And the reason why I say so is because you already know that there are only 900 Bitcoin being mined on a daily basis, and all of them are getting gobbled up. All of them, not a little bit, all of them. So when you look at that, you're kind of like, well, so what does that mean? That means that you have a greater amount of people in yet another country saying, we want this. Plain and simple. Very much plain, very much simple. So I'm paying attention to that because it could have an effect on my money, and it could have a good effect on my money. If you woke up this morning, which I hope you did, the idea is that, right now, numbers are up in huge ways. And we'll get into the numbers a little bit later. Something else that came up, and I was really paying attention to this. Bitcoin miners are sending equipment to South Africa. Well, not South Africa, to Africa and South America. And why is that? Way cheaper electrical costs. Now, think about this. The halving event means that it's twice as hard to mine Bitcoin, which means it's going to take that much more power to do it. So let's send the equipment overseas to where it's cheaper to run that equipment. Yeah, that's a big business move. That's a really big business move. And here's the other problem. Because of that, I don't know that the smaller miners are going to be able to do that, which means that they could be facing problems when it comes to, anything happening after having events. So we should be paying attention to that. So we can expect, and even MicroStrategy is saying, no, not MicroStrategy, Marathon Digital is saying that some of the smaller miners might start to have problems because of the higher prices here and what the larger companies can do by shipping equipment overseas. Just saying. So that could actually open up the door to some consolidation in that space as far as I'm looking. So I'd be paying attention to that from a money perspective. With regard to Avalanche, now this is interesting to me. And the reason why is because meme coins and everything else. There are layer 2s out there that they're saying are substandard and could sully the industry. And that we should be careful in leveraging any of those substandard layer 2s. And we should be doing a deeper dive into what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish when we're moving our assets around. Yeah, nail on the head, right? Not everything is layer 2, not everything is layer 1, not everything is layer 0. But when you look at some of these layer 2s, you kind of sit there and kind of go, and what are you supposed to be doing? How are you doing that? How are you tried and true? Who are your developers? What's your community like? What are your capabilities? How long you been doing it? What's your experience in the industry? Blah, 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 blah. Everything that you would interview somebody for. He comes up with a point. That's a major point. I hadn't really thought of it. It's kind of like sitting in the back of my head as I evaluate things, but to bring it to the forefront, it's kind of like, yeah, what has been your experience in doing everything? And what is the quality of your layer 2? So yeah, I'm going to be paying attention to everything that Avalanche does and Solana does, because you're going to start to see things like this. So I want to pay attention because it could affect my money. It could affect my bag. And I definitely want to pay attention to that. Something else that came up, and we already know this. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust or Grayscale in general has lost a lot of money. They've been hemorrhaging, money for a while. Right now, it's about $12 billion. Now, if you recall, last week or the week before last, we were saying that the CEO of Grayscale said, well, when we hit 12 billion in outflows, we'll lower our number. Well, you're at $12 billion in outflows. What are your fees going to be? Because frankly, I think that he was talking about the fees only to throw people off, right? Their outflows have nothing to do with their 1.5% fees. It has everything to do with them needing money, Genesis needing money, and all of that is because Digital Currency Group needs money. That's what I see. So, yeah. And mind you, they're about to be eclipsed by BlackRock. So the amount of Grayscale, the amount of Bitcoin that Grayscale has is about to be eclipsed. That's huge. And if they keep going at the pace that they're going, 96 days. They've got 96 days left. So think about that. So the question becomes, how much hemorrhaging can they afford before the run on the bank happens to them? And it won't be a big deal, right? Because they have the funds, but everybody's going to want to pull it out, put it someplace else. Just saying. Like I said, those that are into doing what we do with regard to investing in Bitcoin and other digital assets, we know what we're doing. We have our own assets, we have our own wallets, and we're purchasing direct. We're not using ETFs, that kind of thing. Some of us are a little bit more educated than others, and we all learn from each other. Those people that are just getting in because they heard buzzwords tend to leverage ETFs. Because they figure, well, you're managing some of my own other money anyway. Go ahead and manage that too. I can understand that. That's cool. That's totally cool. But when you start to look at that, you start to realize I don't necessarily have the control that I need. And when I hear something, it sends me into a tizzy. So I want to sell. But that panic selling is having an effect. But I don't think it's having the same level of effect that the monetary necessity that DCG has. Again, I'm looking for DCG to start dumping assets in a major fashion. And Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is one of those assets. Just paying attention to it. Something in the news that Polygon absolutely did not need. What is it? Yeah, Polygon's zkEVM went down for 12 hours. They needed that like a hole in the head. So, but they were able to get it back up. Everything's fine. Everything, mainnet's back up and running and everything. But it does call into question a couple of things, and they're going to have to release reports and let everybody know, hey, this is all that happened, blah, blah, blah. It's been corrected. Everything's fine. If you do that, everything's great. It's not like nobody's been down before. I mean, Solana's been down. They used to be down a lot. So every now and then, Polygon going down. And this isn't even every now and then. So I'm sitting, and they recovered within 12 hours. So I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, yeah, okay. I'm fine with it. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect. And another problem, RippleX technical team discloses that there is a problem with their AMM pool, right? Their auto market maker pool. And they're advising people to not deposit at the moment. We'll see if that gets corrected, and it will. Just saying, it will. But it's a glitch. So Polygon and Ripple, had a couple of glitches. Tomorrow's also a big day for Ripple Labs with regard to their case with the SEC. A whole bunch of papers were filed, a whole bunch of stuff were flying back and forth. And I think maybe tomorrow we'll get a little bit more clarity. Not finality, just clarity. All right? Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. And the numbers are really, really good. The numbers are really, really, really good. All right. Yeah, it's my notes. I mean, I go through a whole bunch of stuff. Like, see, these are all the articles, and these are all the links that I have, actually on the website. Whenever I tell you guys, hey, go look at the website, and go check it out, the articles are there. Just so you know, the articles are there. A little bit more detail, all that good stuff. It's hard to put all that detail into one show. Also, something else you should know, that we have memberships turned on for this channel so you can help support me, because it takes a lot of work to do this. Just saying. Anyway, so let's take a look at everything that's going on here. You see this? below 5%. Losers are below 5%. So what does that mean? This is the top 250 coins that I look at to pull these top 25 winners and losers. And you look on the positive side and you go, wow, Flare is up 10%. Pocket Network is up 10%. Toncoin is up 11%. Quant is up. My man Cortez was like, yo, you should pay attention to Quant. And there's another one that he wanted me to pay attention. No, he wanted me to pay attention to Quantum, not Quant. I pay attention to Quant. Quantum, yeah, I looked at it. I'm not there yet, but I can see why he is. But Quant is up 12%. Let's see, who else am I paying attention? Jupiter is up 13%. Gala is up 14%. You know, I'm kind of a Gala fan. So that's up, a bit. Then you have Near Protocol up 15%. Who else? Dog with Hat is up 22%. At one point it was up like 27%. So we should be paying attention. Now, again, I'm not a big meme coin person. I'm not holding. I'm kind of holding a meme, right? Floki, I guess, is a meme. Not really. They do stuff. But I'm not really buying bags of memes. I'll leave that to my son. He likes memes. But I'm not. I'm not touching that stuff right now. I mean, I would. I have no issue with it other than I want to be careful and catch the timing. So would I be buying right now? No, probably not. Why? Because it's up 22%. So I'm not going to buy right now. You have a lot of federal governors talking this week. That's all that's really going on. Maybe a couple of economic numbers coming out later on, but we already know they're going to be 3 price cuts this year and probably another 3 next year. But I don't know about those other 3. I'm solid on the 3 this year. And I'm solid on the timing on, this year. DeFi Llama, we have 119 billion in total value locked. Then we have Bitcoin moving the way I thought it would, still moving laterally. Look at this space right here. Right there. That's where you are. So right now, Bitcoin's at 69,918. Okay. People should be sitting there saying to themselves, damn, we were freaking out and we were only that far away. This far away. Teeny little bit. Come here, Stitchy. Teeny little bit, away from what used to be the all-time high. Hey, Stitchy. Got to say hello to Stitch. So what else is going on? Let me move over here so you can see the big board and you start to see everybody that's actually up right now. Solana's up 7.6%, 7.68%, doggone near 7.7. Avalanche is up. Who is that? BitTensor? I don't know who that one is. Who's this one? Bitball Treasure. What the heck is that? I have no idea what that is. Stitch, do you know what that is? I have no idea what that is. But, they're up heavy. Dog with Hat is up heavy. I know you want your pets. Jupiter's up. ICP is up. I told you I don't mess around with ICP. It's not decentralized enough. It's not decentralized nearly enough for my nerves. ETH is up 3444. That's a really cool number. Bitcoin is up. Wow, only 66,956 now. So I wonder what happened. Maybe the numbers were wrong at that moment. Oh, my bad. I was reading it incorrectly. It's 66,870, but I thought it was up. No, it was up. I'm not crazy. I'm not all that crazy. No, I am crazy. It's 66,885, which is not the all-time high. Not near the old all-time high. But getting close. We're edging up. Yesterday we were in the 67s, so I'm still not upset. To me, I'm still sitting here saying, yeah, buying opportunity for me. DCA, 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 DCA. Now, what am I doing with my dry powder? Okay, my dry powder is going into other things. My dry powder is I'm spending my time looking at things that will grow bigger than Bitcoin. Ethereum could do it. Solana could do it. SHIB could do it. Polkadot could do it. Matic could do it. There are a lot of coins out there that Stacks could definitely do it. But there are a lot of coins out there. Bitcoin will move up, but these other coins can multiply. That's what I'm looking at. So the timing for getting into a meme coin, when you're talking about that multiplication, that thing that's going on, I'm not necessarily doing DCA I don't do DCA if I'm going to look at meme coins. When I do look at meme coins, I'm strictly looking for, okay, you're at a high right now. I'm not putting Jack in there. because you just jumped 22%. That means you can drop 22% in a heartbeat. I'm waiting for you to drop. I'm waiting for you to drop, and then I'll wait for you to pop again. So I'll play that pop and drop back and forth. I'll play that all day long, not a problem. And then again, remember what I told you, there comes a point where I'm using other people's money, meaning I'm using my profit only because I've been able to extract out my initial investment. Now, every time I extract out a little bit to get to my initial investment, I'm decreasing my risk. I'm decreasing my risk. And that's ultimately what I want. Then at the end of the day, I'm playing with found money. Back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. If you do, drop me a note. I love hearing from you guys, and you know this. Also, if you don't like what I'm doing and you have suggestions on what I could do better, let me know. I enjoy that as well, and maybe I can improve things. Something else, don't forget to go over to growmybag.tv. Don't forget to sign up to be a member on either side. It would be great. It helps me do what I do. All right, and there's more coming. We have the book coming out. Not a week from tomorrow, the book actually gets published. And that book is going to be a very good guideline for those that are just getting into Bitcoin and the rest of the digital assets out there. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.